Okay, so I just got through watching the bootleg dub of the final episode of F-Zero Falcon Densetsu, otherwise known as The Legend of Falcon. Okay. I should explain something here. I am one of the oldest F-Zero fans ever. I've been an F-Zero fan longer than many people have been alive. Okay, F-Zero was a game I played when I was very young, way back in 1990. I'm actually older than the game itself. I have had many adventures being an F-Zero fan. There was the original F-Zero game, there was F-Zero X, there was F-Zero GX, there was the anime, there was the massive investigations into the very complicated lore of F-Zero, finding out what's official, what's not, what belonged to what origin, and whether or not it was canon or not. Thought I'd seen it all. And then I saw this. I don't... Excuse me, I apologize. I don't know where to start. This thing did so many things right. The voices, the rewriting of the dialogue, the realism, the inside jokes associated with the characters. It's all glorious. It's all glorious incarnation of win. That's what it is. It's an incarnation of win and an incarnation of a glorious dedication from fans, by fans, to fans. And as a fan, I loved every bit of this. I guess I'll start with one things that I really love. I really loved Black Shadow. That voice fit him well, and I know that from working with some people, or not working with them, but corresponding with some, that he was modeled after Tim Curry. And my preference was for Michael York, but I have to say, hearing this is awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Black Shadow really comes across as like a out of this universe style demon, almost. Like I can picture this Black Shadow addressing everybody else as mortal, because this Black Shadow is his very language, which I loved. His language is very biblical and poetic. That one line where it says, like, you are a false man with a false skill, and now you have now you're a false prophecy. Okay, that is beautiful, that is poetic, that is how Black Shadow should speak. Black Shadow is not a ill-tempered madman. He is a refined, almost gentleman. And that's what kind of makes him scary. And to hear this voice say these lines, the fact that I don't even think he even used the term Black Fire, because this incarnation of Black Shadow he's above that. He wouldn't dare lower himself to a mortal's terminology on their machines. And I also liked how he knew that there were reactor mites in there, and the way Ryu Suzaku reacted to that is kind of like, wait a minute, how'd you know that? Whereas in the original script, that didn't become an issue. But again, every script alteration in here was done for the better. And I loved every bit of that. Black Shadow has always been my favorite F-Zero character, and this really brings out why that is the case. He is this guy who genuinely thinks that all life and all creation is beneath him. I must also say that where they just addressed him as black, that worked much better than I thought it would. It reminded me a lot of how in Dragon Ball Super, how Goku Black was just called Black. And the way they use that here addressing Black Shadow is just amazing, and it fits like a glove. I never expected that to be the case. And so this was very well done. On everything involving Black Shadow was almost perfect. A second thing I have to give a lot of attention to is Captain Falcon. And the way he said things differently in this English dub than what he actually said in the original script, again, magnified 100-fold when we hear it. And the line that comes to mind on this subject is, in the original script, he says, Ryu Suzak, you are Captain Falcon from today, or you are Captain Falcon from here on out. But the way this the way this Captain Falcon addresses him is he's treating Ryu Suzak like he's an apprentice. And how he has no patience for babying him. He's just here to say, hey, listen, you got a job to do, and you got to do it. He's behaving like a captain in the army, or a sergeant in the army. And he's like, you have to get out of here now. Do I make myself clear, Captain Falcon? Perfect. That is awesome. That is a very well done line. Accurately communicates what it needs to communicate, and it shocks the viewer. It shocked me. I was like, holy crap! What the heck is this? And that's what you have to do in something like this, because not only do you have to change the script to accommodate more English verbiage and everything, but you can't just have your audience just think, okay, it's going to be the same thing except in English. No, this was not the same. This was infinitely stronger in its impact. And that line where he said, I already died once, which was a beautiful shout out to his death, or quote unquote death at the hands of Zoda in episode 9, I believe that was when it was recapped. Excellently done. Falcon is a soldier here. That's what he is. He's a soldier who has no patience for people who are not going to commit 110% to their duty. And that is a very interesting take on Captain Falcon. Really makes him live up to the captain name. And gentlemen, ladies, everyone involved, I bow the knee to the absolute theatrical genius behind this decision. What else? Oh, yes. There's one part in there where you have Biorex and Octoman, and that was just amazing. They're not on screen much, but they make it count with their vocal performance. I love the whole part of I'm getting out of here. I'm with you, little buddy. I mean, and hearing that voice and hearing him say "little buddy" was just amazing. I love it. And then of course you got jokes with what's his name, the Skull. Oh, where he's like, no life insurance is going to cover this. Again, that is absolutely amazing, because that's what they did in the original script, where he would reference his bones getting hurt, and here they're making the life insurance jokes. And again, that goes back to his character in F-Zero GX when he is interviewed, where he starts making jokes about how in the afterlife everyone has become a bunch of health freaks and everything. Again, masterful, brilliant. I bow the knee, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that. And then we get to the ending. You have the great part where he goes and finds Haruka. Again, very well performed. You guys got Eric Kelso to come back and you got him to voice Super Arrow. That was a nice little Easter egg. I also loved how you guys did Samurai Goro and Lisa Brilliant. And Samurai Goro, in this incarnation of him, it's clear that he's still a scoundrel. He's still a criminal. But he comes across a little edgier here than he did in the original script. And then, of course, you had the masterful performance of the lady who voiced Lisa Brilliant, who is just like, again, she is the Bonnie to his Clyde, and it works so well. And everything. I love that. But then came the very end. And I can count on maybe one hand, perhaps if I'm generous, two. Where one or two hands at the very most. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one hand where I have actually either read something or watched something And I had no idea I was being set up, and I had no idea I was being played. Okay? But here, they hit me right between the eyes. There were two things that got me. Number one, they got the exact same voice who did the dubbing of the original F-Zero comic with the to do the recap of saying, Mute Cities, the race is going to start, or the Jack Cup. Again, when I heard that voice do that same thing, I was just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, this is awesome. But then, towards the very end, where, like I said, very rarely have I read something or watched something where I was being played and I was being set up. And this is one of them. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. And I think I should be falcon punched in the face for not seeing this coming. But I didn't see it coming, and that's what, to me, made it great. That beautiful last line when Ryu Suzaku, the new Captain Falcon, and passes Clank. And then he says, "Show me your moves, kid." Wow. Wow. I can't believe I didn't see this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I thought I was gonna cry when I watched this. I thought I was. I was able to hold it in, but still, this was masterfully done. This was infinitely better than I ever could have hoped it to be. And if I may, just from the bottom of my heart, just say how grateful I am as a fan to experience this. To see genuine love like this poured into here. You had all the great voice actors here who just did masterful work. Masterful characterizations, masterful performances, and a masterful take on these characters. I'm sorry I keep using the word masterful, but you guys really went. You guys came first place in on a master's difficulty across all possible finish lines, and for that, I am grateful. I am extremely grateful to have experienced this. I mean, this was nothing short of a masterpiece. And so, please accept this humble gratitude from me, Life Scythe, a devout F-Zero fan who knows when he sees devout F-Zero work done in such a masterful fashion. Thank you again, all of you.